What's up guys, Rob the Awesome here, and today we're going to take a look at the enticing embodiment of taunt kills that the game has to offer and deciding which is the best and which is the worst. Let's go! Before I start, there's some things you should know before watching. This best and worst video is basically a silly parody compared to the other ones. It's not meant to be taken seriously, but these are my top picks for which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. We won't be looking too in depth with each taunt, around 1 minute max, and then moving on. Consider it a fun take on the series with something silly and fun for everyone. Another thing is that if a taunt isn't listed in this video, then the only reason for that is because it is not a taunt that can kill. End of story. Lastly, I advise people to stay till the end of the video. There will be an important message to the fans regarding the series as well as important info on what is to come. I hope you enjoy this interesting take on the best and worst videos, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Alright, we good? Here we go. To start things off, we have the Scout's Home Run Taunt. When you've got a bat in hand, it's only common for you to want to hit a fat home run. The taunt lasts 5 seconds long and is silent for the entire thing. It doesn't give Scout any benefit for doing so, but it does send your opponent flying if done correctly. 5 seconds is a long time for a taunt kill. Being quiet is a nice touch, but it's just too long and hard to set up. Not to mention, it leaves you super vulnerable. However, the bright side is that you can use the Bonk Atomic Punch to make yourself invincible during the duration of the taunt, giving you a free chance at a hilarious overkill. With that in mind, what makes a taunt kill really good? The key factors to a top tier taunt kill is the time it takes to execute, whether or not it stuns your opponent, whether it gives you some form of benefit, and if it's easy to achieve. We'll be adding all these factors when going down the list, but for now, we're going to put this taunt kill right in the middle and go from there. Next up on the chopping block, we have the Soldier's Kamikaze Taunt. This baby really packs a punch, and by punch, I mean explosion. This taunt lasts a total of 4 seconds and creates an explosive radius that kills anyone nearby, including yourself. It isn't a quiet taunt like the Scout's Home Run, however, the voice line is activated near the end of the taunt to the point where, if you aren't aware of it right away, you are going to end up dying anyway. The big downside behind the taunt kill is that you end up dying along with whoever you bring with you. You don't really get a second chance if you end up failing. However, there are spots on certain maps that will let you survive. Under specific bridges on Sweden and Thunder Mountain, as well as some other map spots too, you can actually kill targets above you and save yourself the unfortunate death. So not only is the taunt kill faster and semi-quiet, but it has a really good kill radius with the ability to survive. Sounds like a righteous taunt kill to me. And because of these reasons, this taunt kill goes above the Home Run Taunt. Gotta love being able to kill more than one target. Sure, it might take you with them, but a Kamikaze on an unsuspecting combo can be a huge help to the rest of your team. It's time to turn up the heat with these signature Pyro taunts. Moving forward, we have the Pyro's Armageddon Taunt. The Rainblower is a fairly interesting weapon, and with it comes a very impressive taunt kill. The taunt lasts 5 seconds, similar to the Kamikaze, with a big kill radius that can kill multiple opponents. Unfortunately, the taunt has a very noticeable and loud sound effect that is hard to miss, not to mention the rainbows and added effects that make it super hard not to notice you. Luckily, it doesn't kill you when performing the taunt, but with how insanely noticeable you are, it's almost impossible to land this taunt kill a majority of the time. Pyro is living the Pyroland dream, but when it comes to taunt kills, this just isn't it. Because the taunt is long, loud, and obnoxiously hard to get, this taunt kill goes below the Home Run Taunt. It's unfortunate that something so cool gets dragged down as a taunt kill, but if you were ranking based on looks, this would definitely come out in first place. Moving along, we've got the OG taunt kill, better known as the Pyro's Hadouken Taunt. Referencing the good old Street Fighter games, our fiery friend throws a close-range fireball at opponents that burns them to a crisp. With the taunt lasting a mere 3 seconds, it is considered a fast taunt kill with an easy execution. It is fairly noisy, but with how fast it is, people are often too slow to react before it's too late. It's easy to set up when it comes to spawn kills, air blasting people into corners, and standstill snipers who are hard scoping for half the match. Gotta give the taunt credit, not only for its speed, but for its awesome reference to gaming in general. My hats go off to the devs. Because of its insane execution speed, semi-quiet nature, and easy setups, this taunt kill goes above the Kamikaze Taunt. Not all taunt kills need to be flashy and exciting to look at. As long as it's simple and gets the job done, then you'll be seeing those taunt kills higher up on this list. Pyro has so many taunt kills. I guess the next one we have to look at is the Pyro's Execution Taunt. Specific to the Scorch Shot, a weapon added in the Pyromania update, this taunt kill fires the flare gun in a cool and silent manner for a blaze of glory. The taunt lasts 4 seconds and is completely silent, aside from the flare gun firing. Not only that, but the taunt kill can be aimed, seeing as how you actually use up a flare when you do it. The taunt's range is as far as the flare can go, causing some sort of afterburn in the process. However, the taunt kill only happens at extremely close range. Sure, it's fast and has some benefits here and there, but you have such a small hitbox that decides whether or not you'll actually insta-kill the target. Seems a bit shady, and if you don't get it the first time, then the target will definitely notice you the second time. But hey, at least they'll be on fire, right? What a disappointing taunt kill, especially when it's tough to decide if and when you get it during setups. And because of these reasons, this taunt kill goes below the home run taunt. It's not as obnoxious and hard to land as the Armageddon taunt. It still has its uses, and being able to aim it is fairly handy. But as a taunt kill, it's just not reliable, and even setting it up can be a struggle in the long run. The last Pyro taunt we have to talk about is none other than the Pyro's Gas Blast taunt. The newest in the lineup of taunt kills added in the Jungle Inferno update, this unique and honestly disgusting taunt kill blasts your opponents into dust with your jetpack's gas, with the help of other gas sources. The taunt kill lasts 6 seconds long, clocking in as our longest running taunt kill so far. Ouch, that's long. Luckily, it is silent until the fire starts blazing, but by the time the taunt kill is complete, it's already too late. The hitbox for landing it is very small, much like the execution taunt, which leaves little to be desired. Not only that, but the Pyro constantly keeps moving back and forth with the taunt, which makes him even more noticeable and super vulnerable to attacks. It's super hard to set up and really only works on standstill snipers and super lucky and hype situations. I wouldn't hold my breath on getting one of these anytime soon. Because of the taunt's length, the range of the kill being incredibly small, and it's easy to notice behavior, this taunt kill goes below the Armageddon taunt. Very disappointing in the majority of these Pyro taunt kills. Maybe some of the other classes have better ones in store for this list. Man, believe it or not, we're only halfway through the taunt kills, but before we continue the list, let me take the time to advertise my Twitch channel. Yes, I stream on Twitch every single day starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. We pretty much play TF2 and have a great time with viewers. It's actually thanks to the stream that I was able to get these funny clips on time for the deadline, and I'll be sure to put some bloopers from those streams on the YouTube channel soon enough. I understand the YouTube channel has been experiencing some downtime, what with the content being produced once every 2 weeks or so, but if you want daily TF2 content, then feel free to drop on by and watch me live on Twitch. You'll even get to see what I look like. It might just shock you. So click the Twitch link in the description or the pinned comment below for more content every single day. Now that that's over with, let's continue on with the best and worst taunt kills in Team Fortress 2. Let's get a change of scenery with another class's taunt kill. Up next, we have the Demoman's Decapitation taunt. Used with the majority of the swords in the game, this taunt will instantly decapitate your opponents and reward you with all of the benefits. The taunt lasts 5 seconds, which is pretty long, but the actual kill takes only half the time to execute. The taunt is completely silent and rewards you with whatever the sword benefits you with on kill. For example, if you do the taunt kill with the Eyelander, you'll get a free head added to the counter, and if you do the taunt kill with the Half-Zat Toichi, you'll get some of your health back overall. This taunt kill is swift and gets to the point, but unfortunately the taunt takes double the time of the actual decapitation. It leaves you vulnerable for the most part, but luckily when you run a sword, you are often running a shield which will protect you from oncoming attackers. Seems like a really good taunt kill. It gives you the benefits of the melee, is faster than most 3-second taunts, and is super quiet. With all of these reasons in mind, this taunt kill goes above the Hadouken taunt. It is technically a faster taunt kill. The only downside is vulnerability, which, as mentioned, can be counteracted by equipping a shield on your class. Heavy's got his finger on the trigger, or more so, is the trigger. For our next taunt in our lineup, the Heavy Showdown taunt. Considered to be the fastest taunt kill in the game, the Heavy gets to showcase his new guns that he's been holding back this entire time. The taunt lasts 3 seconds, it takes only half of that to execute the taunt kill. It's extremely quiet until he lands the hit, which wouldn't matter since the target would already be dead. It's super easy to bait and set up against enemies who are chasing you, and doesn't take too long to get back onto the battlefield. Being one of the fastest and easiest taunts to get makes this a super amazing taunt kill. Not to mention, it's almost unreactable if the Heavy positions himself just right. And did I mention that the taunt can shoot at medium range? You can aim and land a long distance shot, which really adds to the benefits. The only downside is that it doesn't stun for a guaranteed kill. Otherwise, this is the perfect taunt kill for our Heavy friend. Because of the speed, easy execution, and mid-range potential, this taunt kill goes above the Decapitation taunt. I can't think of a better taunt kill than this, but who knows? We might be surprised with the remaining taunts yet to come. Strumming along, the next pumpkin in our patch is the Engineer's Discord taunt. Specifically for the Frontier Justice, our engineer gets to strum his guitar before bashing it right into your noggin. The taunt kill lasts a total of 4 seconds, which is the standard at this point, and he does strum his guitar once, which can cause a bit of noise and trigger people to escape. The hitbox of the guitar is super precise. It almost has to be dead on in order for the hit to land, and sometimes you just won't even get it if the person happens to stroll on in. It's not the best taunt, nor is it the worst, but it's certainly nothing spectacular either. It's pretty standard grinder in the lineup, but the noise would prove difficult and can't be masked with any voice command. But if people aren't accustomed to the guitar's sweet sounds, it's pretty easy to fool standstill targets for that free kill. Because it's average, doesn't provide anything for energy, but can be pretty quiet for setups, this taunt kill goes below the home run taunt. With the home run taunt, you can at least survive with bonk. The frontier justice may be a tad bit faster, but you are left vulnerable when the guitar gives your position away. Gotta hand it to these taunt kills, there's a lot. But going ahead, we've got the Engineer's Organ Grinder Taunt. Specifically for the Gunslinger, the Engineer revs up his robotic hand to start mauling his opponents to shreds. The taunt is very similar to the other Engineer taunt, as it lasts 4 seconds total and is fairly noisy. The rev up sound is super loud and can often give your position away. However, the taunt kill provides a stun mechanic that can guarantee the kill moments before you get it. Unfortunately, the range is super short and often doesn't land as far as you think it might, giving you very specific moments that this can be used. Don't get me wrong, the stun is great, but with the noise and the range, it just doesn't make it that great overall. It's like the other Engineer taunt, but just a tad bit worse, and because of these reasons, this taunt kill goes below the Discord taunt. The Organ Grinder shines where the Discord doesn't, and vice versa, but the noise factors in a bit more, and in this case beats out the grinding of organs. We're nearing the end of this list, but first, we've got something special and only known as the Medic Spinal Tap Taunt. Only available on the Ubersaw, the Medic takes his melee and puts it deep into your opponent's heart. The taunt lasts 4 seconds, but only takes 3 seconds to land and stun your opponents for that guaranteed kill. The taunt does come with the famous voice line that is known across the community, but because the taunt is so fast, it's oftentimes hard to react to. Not only is the taunt fast, but it provides the Medic with 100% total Uber charge when successfully done, which can be game-changing overall. Camp a teleporter, a corner, or a standstill target, and you've got yourself 100% Uber charge to use for your team. Even if you don't land the hit, it was worth it to at least try. This taunt is spectacular, but unfortunately, Medic is just too valuable of a target to go for stuff like this. Because the taunt is fantastic and gives game-changing benefits, but is a bit noisy and risky for the Medic class, this taunt kill goes above the Decapitation taunt. This taunt can make or break the game. It's worth it to go for most of the time, but the voice line that comes with the taunt is just too signature for regular players to fall for. And if the Medic goes down, that's it for your team's healing. Very risky stuff. Everybody loves this taunt. What taunt am I talking about? It's none other than the Sniper Skewer taunt. You might have heard the old stab, stab, stab before, right? This taunt allows you to shove an arrow into your target and rip it out violently. The taunt lasts a total of 4 seconds, but guarantees a stun on the first second of the taunt and kills on the third. It's pretty much a guaranteed taunt kill the moment you activate it and kills super fast so you can get it back on the battlefield. It's super easy to set up since the Huntsman allows the Sniper to be mobile. If people are chasing you, just bait the corner and boom, free taunt kill. It's really that simple. From standstill targets to high fast moving players, you can get this taunt kill no problem. However, just because you stun the opponent doesn't mean you necessarily get the kill, since the stun lingers before the actual kill. However, if you do die before the initial kill, the stun will be a valuable thing to have against the opponent, leaving him useless for a couple more seconds. It's a win-win. It's worth it to go for every single time, and with enough practice can be a valuable strategy as part of your sniper set. And because of all these reasons, this taunt kill goes above the Heavy Showdown taunt. This taunt is fantastic. It only beats out the Showdown taunt because of the guaranteed stun. It was a close call, but the Skewer taunt is just too easy to land and set up every single time. Last but certainly not least, for our sneaky little friend, we have the Spy's Fencing Taunt. Ever wanted to showcase how fancy and talented you are? Well, fencing attracts all the ladies. Sorta. The taunt lasts 5 seconds, which is pretty below average, but offers a medium range to land the kill. The fencing taunt also offers a 2-hit system which deals 25 damage per hit, which alerts enemies of your present and warns them to back off before landing that killing blow. It's a very long taunt with a warning system. Yeesh, not good. At the very least, you can back up a smidge and it'll only land that killing blow, but the taunt is still too long and sometimes you accidentally get too close. It leaves spies vulnerable. Not that spy isn't super vulnerable already, and it's often going to give you away, leaving you without that satisfying kill. It's a shame, really. A great taunt with a crappy gimmick. Because of the 2-hit mechanic, the long runtime, and the vulnerability it gives, this taunt kill goes below the Armageddon taunt. The gas blast is still god-awful with its range, so nothing will ever be worse than that, but the fencing taunt has nothing to offer and is low tier on the list of taunt kills. And those are the best and worst taunt kills in Team Fortress 2. Now, before we end the video like we do with most of these best and worst, I'd like to just take a minute to talk about this series and where I'd like it to go. We've been doing this best and worst series for about 3 years now. It has become very successful and we've pretty much completed all of the best and worst lists related to Team Fortress 2. I'm sure there are some that I'll need to redo, but I'd prefer to wait till 2019 so that I can do, let's say, a best and worst soldier primaries in 2019 video. I'm definitely going to be redoing some of the lists because either my opinions have changed changed, or Valve has changed the weapons enough to then change the rankings. But besides all the revamps, where should the best and worst series go from here on out? It's clear that Valve doesn't really do game-changing updates as much as they used to. In fact, it takes a year and a half before anything significant happens, and I'd hate for this series to get the forgotten treatment. I wanted to get your guys' input on whether or not I should do these sort of videos for other games. For example, I could do something like the best and worst Fortnite shotguns, or the best and worst Black Ops 4 SMGs, or something like the best and worst Overwatch DPS Heroes Season 12 competitive. This series has so much potential and could really boost the channel to new heights. I'd really like to get your guys' input on the situation on whether or not that'd be okay, if it'd be something you guys would watch, or if I should keep it to TF2 where, admittedly, there might not be a lot more left to do. Even in terms of revamps, there are only about 5 lists I can think of that need fine-tuning. TF2 is a fantastic game, but it leaves the content pretty stagnant from time to time, and sometimes change can be a good thing. This isn't one of those things where I'm leaving TF2. You guys can expect to see so much more TF2 content here on my YouTube and on my Twitch channel every single day. But when something as good as the series gets locked up behind an 11-year-old game, it'd just be a shame to just chain it down, you know? So leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what I should do, and I'll be reading them to get your opinions on things. Who knows, maybe you guys really want me to stick to TF2, and maybe you guys would like a change of scenery. I'll be awaiting your replies. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you want to see more of these types of informational videos, leave a like and subscribe to let me know. Every sub counts, and it only takes 1 click to help out the channel. Also, if we manage to hit 50,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a super duper unusual giveaway. So if you got the message, be sure to put in all caps more best and worst to let me know. Remember to be awesome, stay awesome, to have an awesome day. I'm Rob the Awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao for now.